In the heart of the whispering woods, where sunlight dappled through ancient trees, lived a squirrel named Whisper. He was impeccably polite, always tipping his acorn cap to passing badgers and offering the juiciest berries to the robins. But Whisper was lonely. His politeness was a delicate shield hiding a hollow ache that echoed the emptiness of his nest. In autumn, as the leaves turned to fire and gold, a strange sickness fell upon him. It wasn't a cough or a fever, but a chilling obsession that settled deep within his bones. It started with a glint in the corner of his eye, a fallen dewdrop on a spider's web, a shard of glistening quartz. He began to collect them, hoarding these tiny lights in a hollow of his oak tree. But they were never enough. The obsession grew, twisting into a gnawing hunger for something more, something brighter. His gaze turned to the other creatures of the forest. He saw the world reflected in their eyes, the deep, knowing brown of the old stag, the sharp, intelligent black of the crow, the innocent, curious blue of a fawn. To Whisper, these weren't just eyes, they were living jewels, tiny universes of light and life that he desperately craved. First was a field mouse scurrying home at dusk. Whisper, with a quickness that surprised even himself, was upon it. His usual gentle paws turned deft and purposeful. He whispered an apology, his voice soft as moss, as he carefully took what he needed. Back in his nest, he placed a tiny, dark pearl among his collection of dewdrops and quartz. For a fleeting moment, a wave of satisfaction washed over him, quieting the gnawing sickness. But the quiet didn't last. The hunger returned, stronger than before. Soon, the forest began to notice. One-eyed fox limped through the undergrowth. A raven with a vacant socket watched from a high branch. Fear, a scent thicker than pine sap, began to permeate the woods. The animals, once neighbors, now saw Whisper as a phantom, a polite monster who greeted them by day and stole their sight by night. Whisper's collection grew. His hollow was now a terrifying galaxy of stolen light. He would spend hours staring into them, trying to absorb their warmth, their memories, their life. He saw the stag's memory of the first snowfall, the robin's view from above the canopy, the badger's cozy underground burrow. He saw everything, yet he felt nothing. The loneliness was no longer just a hollow ache. It was a vast, cold abyss. One evening, he saw his own reflection in a still pond. Staring back was a creature with wide, frantic eyes, surrounded by the ghosts of the eyes he had stolen. He was the keeper of 1,000 stolen visions, yet his own world had become darker than ever. The sickness had promised him light, but it had only plunged him deeper into an endless, solitary twilight. He was still Whisper, the polite squirrel, but now he was utterly, terrifyingly alone, a king of a silent, sightless kingdom he had built himself. And in the heart of the whispering woods, the remaining creatures learned to fear the rustle of leaves that sounded like a soft, regretful apology.